let's explore 11 Stoic wisdoms to help us maintain our integrity, resilience, and inner peace. In a world that constantly tries to dictate how we should feel, think, and act, imagine possessing the power to find inner peace and happiness regardless of the circumstances swirling around you. That's not just powerful, it's revolutionary. It's about taking control not of the world, but of something far more important and absolutely within our reach, our own minds. Stoicism teaches us resilience, gratitude, and the art of living a fulfilled life. But this isn't just a history lesson. It's about you, your life today. It's about facing the chaos of our modern world without losing your cool. It's about finding calm in the storm and happiness in the simplest of things. So how can Stoic wisdom guide us in navigating interactions with toxic individuals? Maintain inner peace. Focus on controlling your reactions and maintaining your calmness in the face of negativity. In the midst of negativity, remember the power of maintaining inner peace. By controlling our reactions, we retain our emotional balance and avoid being drawn into toxic dynamics. When confronted with a barrage of negativity, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or defensive. However, Stoic wisdom encourages us to take a step back and observe our reactions. By acknowledging our emotions without allowing them to dictate our responses, we regain control over the situation. Inner peace isn't about suppressing our feelings, but rather acknowledging them while consciously choosing our actions. Practice empathy. Seek to understand the perspective and emotions of the toxic individual, fostering compassion and connection. Empathy allows us to see beyond the surface behavior of toxic individuals. By understanding their underlying struggles, we can respond with compassion and build bridges instead of walls. It's easy to dismiss toxic behavior as irrational or malicious, but often it stems from deep-rooted insecurities or past traumas. By practicing empathy, we create space for meaningful dialogue and transformation. Instead of reacting defensively or with hostility, we approach the situation with an open heart and a willingness to understand. This simple act of empathy can pave the way for healing and reconciliation. Set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries to protect your well-being and maintain your integrity in toxic relationships. Setting boundaries is an act of self-care and self-respect. It communicates to toxic individuals what behavior is unacceptable while affirming our own worth. When dealing with toxic individuals, it's essential to establish clear boundaries to safeguard our well-being. This may involve limiting contact, expressing our needs assertively, or seeking support from others. While setting boundaries can be challenging, especially with manipulative or controlling individuals, it's crucial for maintaining our integrity and emotional health. By honoring our boundaries, we send a powerful message that our well-being is non-negotiable. Cultivate patience. Practice patience and tolerance. Understanding that toxic behavior often stems from inner struggles. Patience allows us to see beyond the immediate actions of toxic individuals. It reminds us that change takes time and that everyone deserves the opportunity to grow. When faced with toxic behavior, our instinct may be to react impulsively or retaliate. However, Stoic wisdom encourages us to cultivate patience and tolerance. Rather than responding in kind, we pause and consider the root causes of the toxicity. Perhaps the individual is grappling with unresolved trauma or battling inner demons. By approaching the situation with empathy and patience, we create space for healing and transformation. While it may require considerable effort and perseverance, practicing patience allows us to break free from the cycle of negativity and foster genuine understanding. Respond, don't react. Choose thoughtful responses over impulsive reactions, allowing space for reflection and consideration. Reacting impulsively to toxic behavior only escalates conflicts. By responding thoughtfully, we maintain our dignity and avoid being pulled into unnecessary drama. When confronted with toxicity, our initial instinct may be to retaliate or defend ourselves. However, Stoic wisdom teaches us the value of responding mindfully rather than reacting impulsively. Instead of lashing out in anger or frustration, we take a step back and consider our response carefully. This pause allows us to evaluate the situation objectively and choose a course of action aligned with our values. By responding thoughtfully, we not only diffuse tension, but also preserve our integrity and self-respect. In doing so, we reclaim control over our interactions and demonstrate emotional maturity. Focus on virtue. Prioritize virtuous qualities such as kindness, patience, and compassion in your interactions with toxic individuals. Virtue serves as our guiding light in navigating difficult interactions. By embodying kindness and compassion, we elevate the discourse and lead by example. pursuit. In a world that often celebrates aggression and self-interest, virtue stands as a beacon of hope and humanity. Practice detachment. Detach yourself emotionally from the toxic behavior of others, focusing on what you can control within yourself. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means recognizing that we can't change others, only ourselves. By letting go of the need to fix or change toxic individuals, we free ourselves from their emotional grip. When confronted with toxic behavior, our natural inclination may be to become emotionally invested or entangled in the drama. However, Stoic wisdom encourages us to practice detachment and focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. By releasing the need to change or rescue others, we reclaim our power and autonomy. This emotional distance not only protects our well-being, but also allows us to approach the situation with clarity and objectivity. Rather than becoming enmeshed in toxicity, we maintain a sense of inner peace and stability. Practice forgiveness. Let go of resentment and anger towards toxic individuals, choosing forgiveness as a path towards inner peace. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, freeing us from the burden of anger and resentment. By letting go of past hurts, we create space for healing and growth. When faced with toxic behavior, it's natural to harbor feelings of resentment or anger towards the individual. However, Stoic wisdom teaches us the transformative power of forgiveness. Instead of holding on to grudges or seeking revenge, we choose to release the negative emotions weighing us down. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning or excusing toxic behavior. It means freeing ourselves from its emotional shackles. By embracing forgiveness, we reclaim our power and refuse to be defined by past hurts. In doing so, we open ourselves up to a future filled with peace, joy, and possibility. Cultivate compassion. Approach toxic individuals with compassion and understanding, recognizing their humanity and inherent worth. Compassion bridges the gap between us and toxic individuals, fostering empathy and connection. By seeing beyond their behavior, we acknowledge their inherent worth and potential for growth. When faced with toxic behavior, our instinct may be to distance ourselves or retaliate. However, Stoic wisdom encourages us to cultivate compassion and understanding. Rather than demonizing or dehumanizing the individual, we recognize their humanity and struggles. This shift in perspective allows us to approach the situation with empathy and openness. By extending compassion, we create space for healing and transformation, both for ourselves and others. In choosing compassion over judgment, we break free from the cycle of negativity and embrace the power of connection. Cultivate gratitude for the lessons learned from interactions with toxic individuals, recognizing them as opportunities for growth. Practice gratitude. Even in the midst of difficulty, there is room for gratitude. Toxic individuals can teach us valuable lessons about ourselves and others, helping us grow stronger and wiser with each encounter. When faced with toxicity, it's easy to dwell on the negative impact it has on our lives. However, Stoic wisdom encourages us to shift our perspective and cultivate gratitude for the lessons learned. Each interaction with a toxic individual offers an opportunity for growth and self-discovery, whether it's learning to set boundaries, practicing patience, or embracing forgiveness. These experiences shape us into more resilient and compassionate individuals. By expressing gratitude for the wisdom gained, we reclaim our power and transform adversity into opportunity. Lead by example. Inspire others with your integrity and resilience, including toxic individuals who may be watching. Our actions speak volumes. By embodying integrity and resilience, we inspire others to rise above negativity and embrace the power of positivity. When faced with toxic behavior, it's tempting to succumb to anger or despair. However, Stoic wisdom calls us to a higher standard. It challenges us to lead by example, demonstrating the transformative power of integrity and resilience. Whether it's standing up for what's right, practicing forgiveness in the face of betrayal, or extending compassion to those who need it most, our actions have the power to influence others. Even toxic individuals who may be watching from the sidelines can be inspired by our unwavering commitment to virtue. In choosing to lead by example, we become beacons of hope and agents of change.